Yes, 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 yes. Hello, everybody. Oh, I missed you so much. It's your girl, Spicy Sugar, and we are here for part 2 of season 4, episode 7. Yes, it's the House of Hip Hop podcast show. I want to thank each and every person for tuning in today. Like I said, I missed y'all so much, but I'm back like I never left. You better understand that, all right? Before we go any further, I want to give a huge shout out to the home team, S.STREET Media. Make sure you follow them at S_Street_Media on Instagram, S.STREET on Facebook. And the website is coming soon. I'll give you all of my information at the end. Y'all know where to find me. But I want to first give it up for the styles and tunes that you were listening to in the intro. We have a big deal here today. All right? I've been trying to calm him down. But we have a very big deal here today. I have not one but 2 DJs. I'm in like a DJ sandwich, and I love it. If everybody knows, for those who don't know, the House of Hip Hop is built on the fundamentals of hip hop and the founding elements, and the center of thy house is the what? The DJ. Right. So I am so honored to be in a DJ sandwich right now. Pause. Pause. Listen, pause for the world. Listen. Okay. Hey, it's a hey yo. I have 2 phenomenal DJs here today. I am very, very honored to have these guys in the building. Siéntate, papa. I am so honored to have these 2 DJs in the building. They are forces in their own right. To my right is none other than DJ June in the building. Round of applause.
Yeah, I think I DJ.
You know what? Listen, I'm done, okay, already. We just got started. And I have none other than my brother from another mother. Yes, we're getting him situated right now. He is definitely a heavy hitter, a force to be reckoned with. None other. We got DJ Chubby Chub in the building. Yeah!
Let's go.
You know what? You know what? I'm gonna be pausing a lot in this episode. I understand. But like I said, my house is definitely centered around the DJ. My foundation of my house is the DJ, because without the DJ, hip-hop would not be what it is today. I recognize that as a very, very young girl in the world. And my purpose here is to just make y'all understand that the fundamentals of hip-hop is everything. And it's infused in every element from trap down to old school. And I get very giddy when I have DJs in the building, because you giddy. I promised them I'd be good today. I've also had tequila. We'll see how this goes. I'm gonna implement my only tradition of this show, and that is, first time, you must introduce yourself to the people. So, without further ado, I'm going to start to my right. Introduce yourself to the people, sir.
Hey, what's going on, chat room? My name is DJ June, and I represent the Boogie Down Bronx.
Yeah, I'm surrounded today. Queen's in the building, though.
That's what you just did?
That's what he did. That's it, and that's all. That's it.
And that's it.
That's it. That's it. Monday. What was that?
Testing 1 2, take over.
You know what? You know what?
Hey, yo, what up, man? This is DJ June. I represent the Boogie Down Bronx.
There you go.
The other time,
Yeah.
Thank you, Chub.
it's like the Pleiadians and all, and vacuums and shit. This DJ June, I got vacuums on sale in case you want those.
They pick up at here.
$9.99.
Let me sip my drink. Go ahead, man.
I'm not sell myself. I am the one and only DJ Chubby Chub, heavy hitter.
You better talk your shit.
I'm not good at that.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. I mean,
He talks so much shit on Twitch, but anyway.
It'd be a whole different story. It's a different, you know what I mean? Imagine if I knew how to
You want
DJ.
me-
This is the thing that y'all got to understand,
You know,
right?
you hear him.
But, you know, the thing is, you know, I'm thankful to have been in the game for as long as I've been in the game. And, you know, I'm DJ Chubby Chub from the Bronx. By the way, Boston, by the way of New England, by the way, Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
You know what I mean?
Oh.
I'm just thankful.
I am very honored. He's downplaying it, but I'm very
Thank you
honored
for having me.
to have these guys in the building because
Can't live without my radio.
can't live without my. Everybody knows that. I'm a Queens girl, heart to heart, so
All right.
everybody knows. Hollis Queens in the building.
Queens.
Yeah, Place Drive, Street, Avenue, Lane, Crescent.
I'm
Pick
part
one.
of Queens too. I've been in Queens 9 years now. You know what I mean?
Okay, we'll get into
I mean,
that.
I've been adopted, you know.
Yeah. You a stepchild of Queens? God damn.
And my boss, you know what I mean?
Yes, we'll get into that. We get into that. So, okay, we're gonna segue into that, but I want everybody to fully understand the roots of you guys, where it started, how it happened, how you fell in love with not only hip hop but DJing. You know, I want them to understand. I get it, but I want them to understand. How did you guys fall in love with hip hop?
Well, it started out with my cousin. He was a DJ, and when I saw that what he was doing, I wanted to do the same thing. So I always used to go with him to all the parties and stuff like that, and then I just fell in love with it.
And when was that? What era?
Wow, I think it was like the early 80s. Yeah.
I think that's when most of us fell in love with hip hop.
Yeah.
What about you, child?
Well, for me, you know, I used to go to my cousin's house, and they used to play Cold Crush tapes. Cold Crush, Fantastic, and a lot of live mixtapes that was around, like back in the day, like Kumo D, Battling, and things like that caught my ear. But it was the understanding of the DJ that made me want to do the DJ aspect. I didn't know yet what it was, but it was just hearing the zigga zigga. It was just the zigga zigga. It wasn't even the full aspect, but understanding that the DJ was keeping the music going is what kind of like made me be like, yo, I want to do that.
I'm so glad you said that because one of the main things that made me fall in love with hip hop, everybody who's watched the show knows I'm from Hollis, Queens. My park DJ was none other than the legendary Jam Master Jay, plugged into the light pole with the fans on the table in Jamaica Park. And I think I first got mesmerized with the power of controlling the crowd.
Yeah, that was my
You know,
thing,
you sit there and you watch them, and then you just look over and everybody's hypnotized. Everybody is doing, you know, if he said move to the left, everybody's on the left of the park. Move to the right, everybody's on the right of the park. Jump, jump, everybody is jumping. And I think that was so mesmerizing for me that I was like, I don't know what this is, but I've never felt this before, and I need more of it. And because he was like an entity in the hood, you know, he was a hood nigga. So, and he was an entity in the hood, he went from doing that to buying us ice cream off the Mr. Softy. You know what I mean? So it was like, wow, this guy that just moved the masses of I'm talking about nerds, to hood niggas, to teachers, to drug dealers. Everybody was in one accord and doing whatever he said. And I think that was so mesmerizing to me that I was like, okay, I need more of this. I need more of this. And as I got to know DJs, and DJs would come through, because Jamaica Park was that park, I got to fall in love with more and more hip hop. And of course, through my god sister, I love you, Sparky D, the floodgates opened. And so before I understood what made me fall in love, I was head over heels in love. I was head over heels. Like, my mother was like, how do you even know that song? I don't know. I was telling DJ June that I had a huge TRX way before I knew what all the things were. And, my uncle was throwing it out. I was like, don't you dare throw that out. I was one of those. So I'm really one of those people that can't live without my radio. I was doing mixtapes off of the double deck.
Oh, yeah.
Record. Cut out the commercials on the radio. Boop. We right back in. Boop. And so I know you guys have a great love for the mixtape era. Chubby Chub is one of the, veterans, kings of the mixtape era. And we're going to get into that. But I'm just so glad that you touch bases on that element of falling in love with hip hop, because, man, if you were listening to our audio, Chub brought in the whole show, and we was in here rocking and bebopping and whopping, and because he took us back to the old school. Y'all make sure I'll drop all the links for the audio, because you got to listen to my man them. You got to listen to my man them. But when we talk about the mixtape era, Chub. First of all, I want y'all to go to YouTube, and I want you to see this man. First of all, you may not even recognize this guy, okay? And then I want you to go and Google Chubby Chub back in the day. He was still nasty. He's nasty today. He's nasty now. But you may not recognize him. This is, in fact, Chubby Chub. He has done great things in these last years. But even better, the mixtape era. That's where you got your start, right?
Well, yeah, that's where I got my start really when I was doing like around the way events and clubs and stuff like that at a young age, and dollar parties.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Ooh, if you remember dollar parties, yes, Lord.
And hooky parties.
Hooky parties.
So I was able to, sustain that time period of being a DJ. Then I crossed into mixtapes. And
You got some legendary mixtapes out there.
Yeah, I'm thankful.
Yes. Y'all go do your homework. This man got some legendary mixtapes. One of my, guests in the future, my day one is in the building, Dark Child Lane, so she could attest to this. I tell her, and she knows this, the only thing that got me through the mixtape era is who and who. This guy here and Mr. Rello and J-Dow, honey.
Shouts to them.
Yes. You will see them soon on the House of Hip Hop podcast show. Yes, you will. They were my R&B and hip-hop R&B blend guys, and this guy here got me through all the rest of it. So, I never told you this, but I've been on you from day one.
I appreciate it.
I wish I could find my Timberland box with my tapes in it, because I have at least 3 to 4 Chubby Chub mixtapes in there, because you always had your ear to the street. Commercial, cool.
Right.
But Chub is really known for having his ear to the streets. I don't know if y'all know, he's a heavy hitter. I'm just saying. I just saying. You can't be mediocre and be a heavy hitter. Okay? All right? DJ Sage. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? I love you. I love you, Sage. But yeah, you can't be mediocre. You got to really understand hip hop and know, and still be with a keen ear to the streets. And so you went from New York to New England with mixtapes, right?
Right.
And then where did that lead you?
What, mixtapes to radio?
So, and you were in radio first where?
In Boston.
In Boston, New England.
I did a lot of guest spots in New York. You know, like Hot 97, things in 105. Not 105. Yeah, 105.9. It was Reggie Reg showed the DNA. Hank DNA. He was young.
You better talk that.
And so I was, I was guest on things like that. And then I started doing radio in 2000 in Boston. And still doing radio right now in Boston. But at that time,
Boston loves you.
Yeah, I appreciate Boston. They definitely showed me love, and I had to fight for it, but I did it.
Listen, y'all better stop playing with this man.
But like mixtapes is something that helped me get to where I wanted to be on radio, because I really didn't have an understanding of radio. Like you say, you used to record off the radio, but you never knew the extent of radio.
That's right.
And understanding how to play radio.
Right.
Like my first time ever being on radio, I had got a test pressing of CNN Bang Bang featuring Foxy.
Yes.
This and Lil Kim. That was the first song I played at noon, and the program director.
I'm about to say, how many of them ran in the room like, no.
It was like, no, hey, we need hits.
Yes.
I was like, it's a hit.
It is a hit.
In the street, it was a hit.
It's not a hit on...
That day, it was a hit in the street.
Yes.
Because nobody had it. And I was the first one person to play it on the radio. It was like, nah, you're going to save that for the weekend.
Right. I was about to say, how many of the execs ran in there like...
Yeah, the program director definitely ran inside. He was listening to the radio. He came right in there like, hey, nah.
All you see is heels. Running. I know that.
He came in there storming. And he was like, you're too aggressive for noon. You gotta
Yes. They put you at noon?
I was on at noon because the host was Cherry Bar Martinez.
Woo! Yeah.
She's the one that put me on. Yes. She also put me on before even doing actual radio. She used to do college radio in Boston.
Okay.
And they used to have Live Week, and I was her DJ for that.
Yeah, a lot of the like hosts and everything. That's where they started, and these college radio stations.
Even Wendy Williams.
Yes. Salute to Wendy Williams, honey. I remember let me shut up. I'm dating myself. I do remember those days though when she was on college radio. I'm that old. Hi, June.
Hey.
Yo, if you don't stop jumping to the mic, bro, I'm gonna ask you to leave. Yeah.
Give me your car keys.
This has been this is what I go through. In a DJ sandwich. And what about you, June? How did the mixtape era influence you as a DJ?
I was not like Chubby Chub.
Whoa, no.
But, I'm saying, but I did mixtape, but they were freestyle and house music. I was just one of those.
House music all night long.
Yeah, house music and freestyle music.
Okay, so that was your influences during that era.
Yeah, because of my cousin. Rest in peace, DJ Phil.
Rest in peace, DJ Phil.
So that's all I was doing. I was trying to sell tapes, but I did a little bit of selling, but not like my brother Chubby.
How did the mainstays in the DJ era, kind of formulate you in your DJ style? Like, were you influenced by that era to be like, hey, I'm going to use this catalog, I'm going to use that catalog? Or did you already have your taste in, you already had your style formulated?
Yeah, my style, like, again, it was house music. I love house music and I love freestyle. So that was my thing. So I just kept doing that. Then people kept saying, "Hey, you're getting better. You should try other genres. Like, hey, you should try reggae. You should try hip hop. You should then."
Because you're very versatile. That's why I asked.
So,
like, you could get down in just about anything.
Yeah. So then from there, I went from freestyle, house music. But house music is my thing.
Yeah, it's house music all night long. Hey.
Yeah. And then I went from reggae, then hip hop, R&B. And then for some reason, I went from bachata, then merengue, then salsa.
Oh.
Like that. Like, it was crazy.
So I got a crazy story about Spanish music as a whole. I'm half Puerto Rican. My father is the Puerto Rican. My mother is from Brownsville. And before I really understood Spanish music and the Spanish culture, I don't know. It was like I kind of felt stuff already. Like I could understand people speaking Spanish, but I didn't speak Spanish. And I loved Spanish music, but I didn't know the different genres of Spanish music.
Same thing.
Yeah, so one day we were in the store and the bodega, and there was something playing. I don't remember the song it was, but I knew I liked the song a lot. And the only place I ever heard it was in that bodega. So I turned around to my mother and said, I like this song. I like bodega music. She grabbed my mouth so fast and so hard, she almost choked me. She was like, if you ever say that in public again, I'm going to kill you. Because every Spanish person in the store turned around and was like, what did she just say? But I didn't know. I just knew I love that. Whatever that is, I love it. And the only place I ever heard it was at the bodega. So to me, it was bodega music. She later explained to me how I would get my head slapped off if I ever said that in public. So right then and there, my mother wasn't the Spanish one, but she sat down and she was like, this is bachata. This is merengue. This is salsa. None of them are bodega music. Don't ever talk about bodega music. And I'm going to let in a secret, and my day one understands this. I do not listen to Spanish music as a whole on a regular.
Yeah.
You get me to listen to Spanish music.
Oh, really?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. She'd
Nice.
be like, you still in there? I'd be like, mm-hmm, shoulders going, mm-hmm. So,
Puerto Rican power.
that's
Stop talking.
so, and like I said, my fundamentals is hip hop, but in every genre of music, because my fundamentals is in hip hop, I'm able to identify hip hop elements in every genre I listen to. My second thing closest to my heart is reggae. I love reggae. And there's so many hip hop elements in reggae now that, they kind of intermingle all the time now.
Right.
So I am truly honored to understand the elements of hip hop and how it's kind of just fingered itself into every other genre, into rock, into alternative music, into merengue, salsa, just Afro beats, just the list goes on. And I'm always interested to hear what sparked things. When you go on your journey in music, because you always are, both of you are always coming across new music and new, experiences in different genres of music. What is it that kind of, how do I say this? What is it that tells you, this is one, I'm going to break this? Because the best thing I love about DJs is the breaking of music. That's one of the fundamental functions, right?
I mean, that's been embedded with me since I started.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when it's like when mixtapes was being so almost like everybody was playing the same music on mixtapes. That's when I created this thing called Dirt. And Dirt was considered underground music. So I found the Mike Geronimo's, the Royal Flush.
Yes.
The
Former guest on the House of Hip
Artifacts.
Hop. Mind you.
You know what I mean? I found different artists that people weren't playing.
Yes.
Where I took a chance on these artists
Yes.
and was playing their music.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it stuck out where it's like, to a lot of people's like, yo, I ain't never heard that, but it's hard. Like this, and so I ended up creating a way to say my tapes is gonna be different because it's gonna be this, where I'm gonna find the hottest cat in Jersey or the hottest cat in Queens or the hottest cat in Brooklyn. That's nobody's playing.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
Same thing like Jay-Z. Like
Yeah.
I was playing Jay before people even played Jay.
When he rapped fast.
You know what I'm saying? I
He
was
was
the
in
first
Hawaiian
person to
shirts.
put Jay-Z on my mixtape. And other cats didn't have that.
That's
you know what
right.
I'm saying? But it's to say that, you know, a lot of DJs, even to this day, they still don't play a lot of music because they're
Say it.
afraid.
Say it.
You know what I mean? So
Say it.
it's kind of whack. So let's take Twitch as a platform, right? In almost 3 years that I've been on Twitch, I've broken songs that people never would ever heard,
Sound a real DJ-ish.
right? So, not trying to be funny, but it's because I'm always taking a chance.
Yes.
And
Yes.
if women appreciate it,
Yes.
that's when you know you got the right hits.
Yes.
So
Salute to
for me-
DJ Clue too, because he was one of the main ones that used to teach me, get me taught on what's out here in these streets. He was infamous. New blah blah blah. You'd be like, who the hell is that? By the time he finished playing out, you was like, oh.
So there's certain cats that you wouldn't hear unless somebody found them and brought them up. Like,
That's right.
Before you knew Fabulous was Fabulous.
That's
Sport.
right.
You know what I mean? And that's where you heard Fab. Fab was Fabulous Sport.
Still
So a lot of
spelling it
people
wrong, but it's
don't
all right.
really know the logistics of understand. Like a lot of DJs don't understand that you have a power that you can really break records.
Yes.
As long as you stay consistent
Yes.
on it, it makes sense.
Yes. Yes. It's a power. I'm glad you said it like that. The power of breaking records
Yeah,
is definitely a superpower. What do you think about that, June?
But I think about it.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
Yeah. You know why I ask? Because it gets lost in the modern day, art of DJing. Only DJs that really keep their ear to the streets are even interested in breaking records nowadays. The radio is so 10 song rotations that you barely ever get to hear anything new.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it can't just be in hip hop. You know what I mean? It has to be all across the board in music. The only thing that I've really seen come into play recently is like the world of Afro beats, and that's the newest thing that I've seen anybody bring to the table. Otherwise, I could almost predict the playlist on the radio nowadays, right?
Yeah.
So I love that unique gift that DJs have when it comes to breaking new music. And I call it being very DJ-ish, because it goes back to the fundamentals. That's what it really was when it was mixtapes. It was new music, and some people had like chapters, mixtape volume 1, mixtape 11, part 2 of the whatever cipher, that's where it was. Listen, I grew up buying my tapes out of the Coliseum.
I used to sell my tapes there.
Some of them had formal covers, some of them didn't. But you got music that you couldn't go to at that time. What was it? Shit, I'm trying to remember the New York radio stations at that time.
92 WKTU.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to guess. You couldn't go to WKTU and hear none of this stuff. You know, you had to have your ear to the streets. How did you transition? Because you still break records like to this day, and you still are on the search, June, for new things to mix into your playlist, because you do just about everything. How do you keep it fresh? How do you keep, updated with the new music and things that's going on in the underground? Like, what do? Do you like go out to shows? Do you just, do you gather music? Like, how do you come across the music that you incorporate, new music that you incorporate into your playlist?
As for me, I do a lot of downloading of stuff that I receive from different record labels.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
like, I receive a lot of emails from labels, and that's how I decipher what I feel is a go. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Even if it's young music, older music, it's just how I get into the training fact of what sounds good, or what mixes well, or what's something that'll be the transition into that to go out to that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what I mean? Then I also got, I got my son and I got my daughter.
They keep you fresh.
They'll keep me. Yeah, my daughter definitely keeps me.
She's like, have you heard this?
Yeah, she's like, you heard so and so? I'm like,
who's that?
Yeah, because there's always some young this and young that you'll never. There's a lot of artists that we'll never pay attention to. After you get to a certain age, it's just like, well, if it doesn't reach my lap, it's not gonna hit me.
Not
you know what I mean? But
me.
To be able to say you could decipher these songs and know that these songs is gonna make a difference, then you just gotta keep them in the back.
Yeah. Yeah. And what about you, June? How do you keep it fresh?
YouTube.
You know what?
Nah, for real.
I'm not even gonna lie to you though. There's so much music out there that you could literally just let it roam and you will
And you'll bump into mad R&B that nobody even hears of.
Yeah, especially nowadays, because they barely play R&B.
Yeah, like right now, the joint I just played, her name is Alice, Alus. It's called Locked In. Record is tough. Also, Honey Baby is a new girl that's
nice.
dope.
Yes, that's dope.
There's a lot of R&B out there that's that nobody really plays. Even Eric Bellinger, which is somebody that's been hot and nobody pays attention to. But it's music. You just got to be out there willing to look for it. And Afro beats is the same thing. Afro beats been out forever.
Yes.
Like I've been fortunate to go to Africa and play in Africa and Angola and Johnson and Johannes. I mean, and go out there and play and see that. But it's Afro beats that will never play here because it's not for everybody.
And not only that, I've heard certain music that is like really popular now that I heard years ago.
Right.
And I was like, this just made it out here? Like, so, but you know what? Everything has its time. Everything has its time. There's a lot of hip hop music that's been out for years and years before it blew up. So I assume it happens in every genre like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. When it comes to, the mixtape era, and I'm going to transition into the importance of, the DJ's role, in hip hop in general. How do you see the respect level of DJs in this modern time? Do you feel like you're finally getting your just due? Do you still think DJs are very undervalued? Like, in this current climate of hip hop, how do you feel that people receive you guys as a DJ? June, you can start, because you look like you're thinking.
To be honest with you, I'm stuck with that one. I'll pass the mic to Chub.
Like, do you think you're finally getting your just dues as DJs, as integral, fundamental elements?
I'll be honest. I've been getting my respect as a DJ. The problem is DJs don't know their net worth.
So you think it's on the DJ?
It's the DJ. The DJ. If you settle for chips, you're gonna get chips.
Okay.
If you settle for filet mignon, you get filet mignon.
I know that's right.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta say what you want. You gotta work so where you want to be. You gotta be able to explain to people what you're doing. You gotta make people believe in you.
Yes.
If you don't believe in yourself, they ain't gonna believe in you.
Yeah.
Because your network is worth is your net worth.
And you know, say it again.
I say it all the time. I've been saying that for years. So if you go do the party for $250,
okay, talk about that.
That's your fault. So how you gonna get the respect?
Right.
And then when the promoter's walking around with wild bread, and you're like, all I got was $250.
You got gas money.
I got $250. I don't even buy you a pair of kicks.
Hello.
So what you gonna do?
Hello, they ain't a bill I got that $250 is gonna put it down.
Cats, they work and they do this. I don't knock nobody, but know your worth.
Yeah.
Because if you really want to be in this game and you want to have that longevity, you want to get paid for it.
Yeah. I've always thought that DJs were one of the most underestimated elements of the founding elements of hip hop. But I get that. I get that.
That's the whole
a lot
thing.
of DJs set the temperature for that.
Yeah, like if you don't perceive yourself as somebody that wants it, then they're not gonna believe in you.
If you don't believe you a king, nobody else is gonna believe you a king.
You know what I mean? Everybody want to feel like they the hottest, but how hot are you really?
Yeah.
Like when somebody say, "Yo, I'm the hottest." Hot where? What's hot? Like honestly, like when they say, "Yo, I'm the hottest in the city," what makes you hot?
Yeah. What borough?
Because at the end of the day, exactly, it becomes what borough. Like the Bronx got their DJs,
right?
Manhattan got their DJs,
right?
Jersey got their DJs, Queens got their DJs, Long Island got their DJs.
That's right.
But are you tapping into all these markets?
That's it. That's it.
You see what I'm saying? So when I was coming up, I knew I didn't want to be local. When I saw the movie Juice and Queen Latifah told Q like, "Yo, you do parties?" Like, "Yeah, I do rap parties around here," and they're not. And then all of a sudden, "Oh, you local?" That hurt.
Aww.
That hurt. And to go back to my projects and they was killing me.
Yep.
They was snapping on me like, "Yo, you local."
There ain't nothing worse than your own hood.
Those are the best people because you know why? That makes you wake up and say,
they check you.
I'm going to get bigger than that.
Yeah, they check you.
You see what I'm saying? But you got to take that and make yourself stronger.
Yeah.
So you got to want to work harder. You got to be the one to brand yourself so people can know who you are. So when people say I'm hot, where you hot? Because hot could be anywhere.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, you local.
Yeah.
Did you travel outside of New York City?
Right, outside of the
Do you
five
have a passport otherwise than whatever reason you have a passport for?
ID purposes?
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I get it.
You got to figure it out. Like, you got to know your net worth for that network.
I know that's right. We're going to write that somewhere. Boom. I guess you're the best person to ask. How do other countries see like American DJs?
I mean, at a time, you know, it was very unique, right? Like in the 90s, it was super unique to be like, you used to do parties like in Germany at army bases. And this is when you was carrying records and stuff like that.
Great.
So this is before LimeWire and all that came along.
I was an addict on LimeWire
and all that.
Yes.
This is really like vinyl, so a lot of cats didn't get that kind of vinyl. When the computer came in, it made it different because now everybody can get these songs. You could download this and you could download that, and you could still rock out. But it's not about that. It's about what you bring to the table as a DJ.
The vibe.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying everybody got to yell and talk. I ain't got to say you got to cut and scratch. It's all about your presence and what you bring into the to the table as you come on that stage.
The uniqueness of your energy.
Yeah, like I live on energy. Even at 390 pounds, I was energetic.
You sure was. Doing
So
two
for
steps
me, it's
and
never
screaming and shit.
It's never been a thing of not having that energy. The energy is always there, but you gotta also know how to when and when not to.
That's right. That's right. Take the temperature of the room. You gotta
read the crowd. A lot of DJs don't even read the crowd. All
they just
doing
play
is
what they want.
They're just looking at their computer and going like this.
I ain't played this in a while.
And then like, what are we sound effects in the club for? Like, I don't get that. And then a horn
gunshot means
over hip hop. Like, I get it. I don't get that.
Yeah.
I'm
No, they do it.
confused.
They do it. They got, they got a whole thing, and they like, let me see what this does. I'll be like,
Yeah, like, what are we dropping bombs and over hip hop?
right.
Like, I get it for reggae.
70,000 of them too.
I'm cool.
Right.
But if I hear, too sexy for my...
You be
What are we
like,
doing?
wait a minute, you messing up my twerk? What is going on?
I get it if you do it for hands on my knees, hands on my knees.
No, but that messes it up too, because it messes up your rhythm.
Nah, but you get a little
it messes that up.
I could dig
To the
that.
left, to the right, to the left. You thinking. Listen, we thinking in our head, left, right. Then you be like, fuck. All right, shit.
It's different.
Yeah,
Very different.
That's just me. I know I'm not alone. I'm not a good twerker, so I have to think. I whine. I don't twerk. I whine. Yes. Anyway.
When you drink wine?
No, that too.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to Sweet Bitch. That too. But no, it is about a climate, and it is about taking the temperature. And I think a lot of the uniqueness of DJs that started in the parks or in these little, hole in the walls is they got to be experts at taking the temperature of a crowd. I think that's really unique for DJs nowadays, because you can definitely tell. I call them like a chicka chicka DJ versus a DJ that looks around, see what gets the crowd jumping, and then figures it out from there. I haven't been into too many clubs lately, so I don't really know, how that goes. Do they still dance in the clubs? Yeah. They do?
When you find the right club.
Yeah, because the last time I went, it was all about like, everybody was like standing on the walls, and I was like, what is going on? This is not a party. This is a stare down. And I remember when you didn't even have lights on half the time, and people would it was boom, 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 like they were in their own worlds. The music, last night the music saved my life. Like, I think about that song a lot because that type of energy was what you got lost in.
Right.
And you may not even know who the hell you was dancing with. You may not even focused on his face.
Till the lights came on.
And then you was like, where is my friend? Why did my friend get this monkey off my back? I got friends that used to walk up to me and be like, get that monkey off your back. And I'd be like, oh. All right, we going to get a drink. And we scurry off. But those are good times. That was red lights, sweaty wall, basement parties, hooky parties, like you said.
Remember, at the time, there was no cell phones, there was no social media.
Talk about it.
That's why it was so fun, because
Thank you,
everybody
God.
was really dancing.
Yes.
But
And it was genuine.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. And we had dances.
Yeah.
We had whole routines. Like, I know day one, you could attest to this. We had routines when we went out. Like, certain songs come on, we were synchronized. And, we took a creative, step towards, our party. And we'd be like, you ready? Let's go. And we would do our thing. It was so genuine back then.
Yes.
You just wanted to dance. You just wanted to feel the beat in your heart. You just wanted to, you didn't even care that it was 100,000 degrees in there.
Right.
You was sweating out whatever little gel swoop you done did that day. Guys left shirtless, because we were working it out. And it wasn't because of the person we were dancing with. It was for the sheer love and
The music.
It was music.
Yeah, the music was totally different back then too. It was more energy, more,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying? The
Yes.
beat was catchy.
And it was more authentic. Like the artists that were on the music, they were just doing what the hell they felt was right. Now it's more what you feel like it sell. And I'd love y'all perspective on that aspect. Like, how did that change the whole hip hop field in general? The marketing and the commercialism of hip hop.
I mean, things get watered down. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? There's no, and I don't even want to say watered down. Like, everything gets changed with time. Mm-hmm. You're never gonna see the same thing again. It's just always gonna be different. Mm-hmm. And if it was to be stale, then we'll be stale. Because if you really think about when your parents was telling you, what do you listen to? That ain't music.
Yeah. And now all of our music is a sample of their music.
Right. So So you listen to certain songs and you're like, oh, I remember my mom used to clean the house with that. There used to be family functions and that song would come on. Now you're listening to those same songs.
That's right. I used to devastate souls because there were songs that came out and kids would be like, I love this, a new song. And I'm like, that's not a new song. Like, the one that pops in my head immediately is Joni Mitchell and Eminem. I devastated a whole yard of kids because I had to tell them that's not a new song. And they were like, what do you mean, Eminem? Just, no, that's Joni Mitchell. And then I had to literally play it. And as soon as tears, and they singing it, singing it out.
That's not Joni Mitchell, though.
Who is that?
I forgot her name.
That's
It's not Joni Mitchell.
Y'all let me know. I'm singing it. And then they're getting ready to go into Eminem. And I let the song play. They was like, who is that? I'm like, I told you this is not a new song. Devastation on kids' faces. Devastation. I loved it. I'm an auntie. I'm not a mama. I'm an auntie, so I like that kind of devastation. But that's when, like, one of my friend's kids was like, how many more is it like this? And I said, come with me, kid. I'm going to show you everything. But we are now listening to all of these samples that our mothers is like, what the hell are you listening to? Oh, your music is just revamped. I'm finally glad that they got back to dancing. As stupid as it looks. I'm just happy that they're dancing again. Because we did go through an era where there was no dancing. Everything was just hard and rugged and so even this like, I don't understand it, but I'm glad they're finally dancing again. Yes. I'm glad they're finally getting back to dancing again. You know what I mean? Well, that's all we did.
Yeah.
We made dance routines off of songs, Like I said, I haven't been in the clubs. That's not my place anymore. Haven't been in a while. But I'm sure you guys have done parties. And how, like, is the younger crowd, like, what are they doing out there? I don't want to be there because I feel it dates me. It makes me feel mad old. It makes me feel mad old. I'm not doing none of that stuff. But is the energy still there?
It all depends on what club we go to.
June is about to cry. What happened? You can't even do it right now.
It's because of a couple of clubs we went to, they wasn't all that. You know what I mean? It just be like, it is what it is.
Look, he's so damn near crying. It was that bad, June.
He's still high from last night.
Ooh, it was that bad.
Nah, I'm still high from last night.
You know what? I'm done.
It was a smoke fest last night.
Oh, you got all the contacts. Oh my goodness.
Everything.
Oh my goodness.
That was different.
They did a 420 event last night, and I think their brain cells is just clearing out today.
That was crazy.
For some non-smokers, because I don't smoke.
Right, right. That's what I'm saying. I think your brain cells is just finally clearing
and
out.
On top of that, it was hot in there.
What?
Oh.
So that smoke was on top of smoke.
On top of smoke, and I'm sure they had like things that were too long to be smoked being burned. I know that's how our 420 events be. People be bringing out like 5-foot blunts. You be like, what the fuck? What's going on here? Give me.
Yeah, they was getting high. It was getting high.
But that, it's so crazy that DJs are like plugged into all of these different
there's a lot of different avenues when it comes to this now. Like, you got somebody DJing at Macy's.
Oh yes.
You know what I mean? You got somebody DJing at kids' parks.
Yes.
Like,
Bounce house.
There's a lot of different things that the DJ can make sense of.
Okay.
But you just gotta know your music, and you just gotta know who you playing for.
Mm-hmm. When it comes to that, that's great because you're gonna segue into my next group of questions. When it comes to understanding who you're playing for, like you said, mainstream. A lot of mainstream now is incorporating, DJs and hip hop into their, vanilla, wafered, events. And like you said, Macy's, there's so many. I've even seen them, incorporated into different sports that hip hop has never been in. When you see more now of like cheerleading and competitive dance, and there's just so much that they're now incorporating, DJs, and I say hip hop because DJs is the founding element of hip hop. So they are also incorporating hip hop into all of these things. What's your feedback? Like when you do events that normally aren't DJ, hip hop events, but I know y'all bring y'all little Salt Bay onto it, and you're gonna introduce them to what you feel like is hitting in the streets. How are you received? Are they appreciative of the hip hop element in their events, or?
I mean, it all depends what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like, I do a lot of things where, like, I do community events where they gather me to DJ at events for older people.
Okay.
So,
they're gonna tell you too.
On those kind of things, I get, let's say, you get Spanish people, you get Korean people, you get black people, you get white people. You just got to be able to make everybody happy.
Hip hop is a universal thing, so you'd be surprised what people recognize all over the world.
I mean, there's a lot of music that we don't even get to do. You know what I mean? That people don't even take into consideration.
That's crazy. I never even thought about that because I guess you gotta change it up, based on where you are.
What it is. You gotta know the 60s, you gotta know the 70s, you gotta know the 80s. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you may need to know the 50s. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Depending on the age group. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've been fortunate that I know these genres and I know this type of music or this type of swing or this type of that makes sense.
Yeah. I never even thought about that. You have to kind of attune to a generation that hip hop wasn't even around. I like it. I like it a lot. Before we go, I want to touch bases on two things. Twitch life. Both of you have very good platforms on Twitch. If you don't know about, Twitch, it's a streaming platform. I want to say it was kind of made more for gaming, but
It is for
now,
gamers.
Yeah,
yeah,
for gamers,
it's
yeah.
more for gaming. But DJs have been a huge influx and influence on the Twitch community. How did you get started, June, on Twitch?
Well, I started at Facebook, and that was on during the pandemic. And then I used to always get kicked out of Facebook, and then somebody introduced me to Twitch, and I was like, no, I'm comfortable with Facebook. And then
Facebook just wasn't comfortable with
yeah,
you.
so I'll log off 10 times, and 10 times I'll go back up, and they'll still be there with me, but then I just transition over to Twitch.
Yeah, and how do you feel about the Twitch community?
Oh, I love my community. It's growing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm being consistent, thanks to Chub. He taught me how to really be on Twitch and
work that thing.
work and stuff like that. And I just kept going, and then he would call me, "Yo, I don't like that you're doing this. You gotta stop doing this. You gotta do this." Okay, and we switch it up, and I just keep going.
I love it.
Learn from the experts.
And how long have you been on Twitch now? Since the pandemic?
I would say like 2 years and a half.
And 2 years strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have, like I said, when you're on there, you do so many different genres of music. Like today was Salsa Sunday.
Yeah, today was Salsa Sunday, yeah.
Right? And then there are times that you're in there, Boom Bap Mondays, and
I call it open format. So,
okay.
So I do
'Cause you love
whatever, and
freestyle.
then I love freestyle, and then I open format after a certain hour of freestyle. Then I just go with whatever the crowd. I kind of like try to read the chat room, what they like, and if I see fires, a lot of fires, then I stay within that genre.
If you've never been on Twitch, it's an experience.
Yeah.
It's a community, it's a family, and we have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We have a lot of fun in these broadcasts. You can get the party started right at home, and we get to know each other. We get very close. Shout out to the Chub gang, because there's quite a few people in the Chub gang that we have gotten so close with. We are like actually sisters and brothers in the community. We meet up. We don't let too much time go by before we gotta come outside, So we are, salute to my Chub gang. I love y'all. Most of y'all.
Too.
And speaking of the Chub gang, for those who don't know what the Chub gang is, Sir Chub.
That's my family, the Chub gang and the Chub Diamond Divas.
That's right. I want to grow up and be a Diamond Diva someday.
You're already a diva. Cut it out.
I know.
It's what's on the platform is the community we built, the unity in the community, and I've been thankful for that. November will be 3 years in that.
Woo!
And I also won 2 awards.
Yes.
Twitch Awards, Best Hip Hop Awards.
Yes.
I won 2 awards.
It's kind of a big deal.
It's kinda. It's all right. I'm thankful for it. I mean, the bigger deal is keeping a family and keeping numbers. You know what I mean? Because that's what is the best overall situation, that they really appreciate what I do.
Yeah, and this man's a hardworking man on Twitch. He has, 5 different shows on 5 different days?
I got 6 different.
6 different shows, yeah. 6. I'll be at work sometimes. But 6 different shows on 6 different days, and they all different. Just like DJ June, he'd be on freestyle one day, salsa the next day, open format the next day. Like, these DJs work hard on Twitch and on, salute to my Kick Squad too. But these, open format and, what do you call it? Streaming DJs. They work very, very hard. Some of these DJs be on for hours. And you're just partying with them. You're, building friendships in the chats. You know, the emojis are fire. And we just have a very good time. If you've never been in any of these streaming platforms, you need to get there and get there right now. Because these streaming platforms is life. You know, there are times that I know I've had a hard day or I've had a very difficult day, and I get into either one of these guys' broadcasts, and it just does something different for me for that day. And I don't know if you guys know how important you are to people, because you never know what they're going through in life.
Right, you never know who's going through something.
Yeah, you never know what they're going through in life, and we come into your broadcast, and for that 2 or 3 hours, all of that stuff is gone. And by the time you come out of that party, you might even be able to figure out a part of your life. You know what I mean? So I just want you to understand that not only what you do as DJs, but what you do on these streaming platforms means more to people than you know. I know you know that, because we're about to not see him for like the rest of the year. I'm trying to keep it in all show. All show. But I got to touch on this before we let my man do his thing one more time for the one time. He's about to leave us, okay? Okay?
I'm about to be on tour for 6 months.
And he's on tour with whom?
The one and only 50 Cent.
This is 50 Cent's official tour DJ, ladies and gentlemen. I just had to let it out. I've been holding it all show because, you know, my cortisone is hurting. It's for selfish reasons. I'm very happy for you.
Thank you.
Let them know what's going on with this tour.
It's the final lap. 50 Cent final lap. This tour's so far is crazy. A lot of sold out shows, and tickets are still being sold, and we're going to be domestic for a part of the tour, and then after that we go overseas.
We getting stamps over here.
I mean, I've been getting stamps for years.
I know you
have. There's rules to this shit.
Hey! Did you hear him? Excuse me. Hello? Testing. Did you hear him? Yes. So, domestically, how many cities? I couldn't count.
Honestly,
y'all are somewhere until when? When do you finally go over?
September. Late September.
Okay.
From July to late September is all domestic. Then after that we overseas.
For the rest, gone to November. I'll be gone to November.
Going to January.
Oh shit! It's worse than I thought. Lord have mercy. Why is my drink empty? It's worse than I thought.
It's January.
Lord have mercy.
Happy New Year to everybody.
Right, because this is probably the last time you're going to see him before tour. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Happy Thanksgiving, Kwanzaa, Christmas, goddamn.
All that and
Hanukkah.
all that.
Damn.
Even my birthday.
Everybody damn birthday. Every fucking shit. I'm very happy for you. Salute the 50 Cent. Salute to the G Unit family. Salute to the Green Light Gang.
Right.
Queens in the building. Y'all are the only ones that I really be like, all right, he can go. Because it's Queens. So I love my brethren from Queens, Nori. But we've been giving flowers over here. And so I always like to close things out with giving my flowers to the ones that deserve it. I'm so grateful for y'all.
Thank you for having us.
This is probably the only time you're going to hear me be like this. I am very grateful to you, June. You opened me up to a world that I don't really have an outlet to. Rest in peace to my father, Angel Baez.
Rest in peace.
you bring, I know when I'm in the house and you're on and you're playing the different genres of Spanish, he's sitting there like, yes, I didn't get to do this. And she's in there. So I'm very grateful to you. You bring my culture back to me. And you're so diverse that I never get bored with you. You're such a hardworking DJ. You're developing every day. You're doing new things. And I really, really appreciate that in this day and time where you could just be like, press the button. Elevator go down the hall. You know, you could just be in that same tunnel as everybody else and you refuse to.
Yeah.
And I respect that so, so, so much. And I'm so grateful to you, June. Chub, shit.
I thought you dropped the emote or something.
Like, yeah, listen. But I'm going to say this, and I'm going to get it out. I'm so damn proud of you. Because I've followed you for so long through so many facets of your career. And the fact that not only are you doing what you do, but you're elevating and you're taking it from our hood to the nations abroad is just, it warms my little cortisone. And I've gotten to know you through music. I've gotten to know you, through our Chub Dub gang, and I consider you a friend, a brother. And
absolutely.
I can't be more proud of what you're doing, what you've done, and what you're gonna do. Thank you. I'm gonna miss the fuck out of you, man! Damn! What am I gonna do with all these emojis?
We're gonna tap in.
I'm gonna miss him too, though.
I know you are, June.
Fuck out of here with that shit. This nigga crazy.
We are gonna continue to not only support you, but pray for you as you guys travel through this. Thank you, 50.
That's the slogan.
Thank you, 50. Like I said, I'm a girl from Hollis, Queens. I remember. I'm not going to say nothing, okay? But I remember. All right? I remember you in Jack. I remember you on our side. I remember you on the south side. I remember. Thank you. Thank you for understanding that who's who and what's what and keeping the cipher that you keep around you. Because the Green Light Gang is lit. And nobody's new. Nobody is, everybody's been down. And you guys have a machine that runs so damn good. And I'm just proud of the whole squad, really. We're gonna miss you to death, Chub. But at the same time, get your ass out there. Everybody else needs to experience what we experience 6 days a week. I just want to give a round of applause for my DJs. I've had nothing but a smile on my face the whole show because I love my DJs so very much.
And we love you.
Thank you.
Facts.
Thank you. It's my man DJ Chubby Chub. Please let them know where they can follow you.
At DJ Chubby Chub. Chub is just CHUB. Don't add an extra B because I'm not Chub Rock.
Please don't. Please don't. Shooby shoo. Please don't.
Well, in Brazil, they call me Chubby Show.
So, you know why I say that, right? What's her name? Yo, there's a DJ on Twitch. Every time you raid into her, she be like, Shooby shoo.
Oh, DJ Missile.
Yes, DJ Missile. I love her. But she be like, oh my God, Shooby shoo.
In Brazil, they be like, Shoby.
Shoby. I love it. Please make sure that you follow the tour schedule. He and 50 is going to definitely be in a city, country, nation near you.
Absolutely.
Okay. June, please let them know where they can keep up with you because unlike this one, He's not flat leaving us. So
Yeah, you could catch me on Twitch, Justin Forever 20. Spell all, not the 4. It's
that's right.
Yeah.
FOR.
Yeah,
Spell it
FOR,
out.
yeah, exactly. And on IG, you could catch me at The Real DJ June. And on Facebook, the same name. Spelled correctly.
Yeah. Spell it right.
Yeah.
Spell it right. I also just want to, before we go, congratulate you, both of you, on your fitness journeys. Chub is like half of the person he was before. And I'm so proud of him. No days off. Is that going to continue on tour?
Of course.
Okay.
My trainer ain't gonna allow me to quit.
Lord, he's coming with you?
Nah, he's gonna be.
Thank God.
He's gonna be FaceTiming.
Oh, God.
FaceTiming.
That man
making sure.
scares me to death. Okay?
Shit scares you. you hear his voice, you be like, "Come on, Chub. Come on. Come on." It's like having Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
And he be like,
scared.
"Come on, Chub. Come on." I'm like, I can't breathe. Like, I don't want to hear you talking. You can breathe. You can breathe. You're talking. You can breathe.
You're talking. You're blinking. You're breathing. You go.
No one dies in 15 seconds.
You
Come
know
on.
what? He be mad at me.
Well, he
I'd be like, I'm going to Chipotle.
He definitely made me a better person at what I've been doing. And
It's
what
a lifestyle.
what I'm working on. It's definitely a lifestyle. It's never nothing different for me now. It's always gonna be, now it's the third year. I've been 2 years consistent.
Nice.
This is gonna be going on my third year now. And this is where, like he says, now this is the fun part.
Well, I know he motivates you because he motivates me. I feel guilty. He be like, you going to the gym? Yeah, I am. Damn, shut up.
Just gotta do one day at a time. I mean, trust me. If it wasn't for Twitch, that's what helped me. Twitch is what helped me.
Okay.
It wasn't like I didn't plan it. Like if I planned it, I was never gonna do it.
You know what? I know that's right.
Because my son used to be like, "Come on, Dad, let's go to the gym." I'd be like, "Yeah, I'll go with you tomorrow. Don't worry about it." I'll go one day and I'll be like, "Forget it."
4 weeks later.
When I felt that I had, everybody has a turning point. I know we got to get off, but everybody has a turning point. Eventually, you're gonna say to yourself,
That's it.
"I want to do it."
Yeah.
And you're gonna do it on your own time.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when you do it, do it.
Yeah.
Stick
and stay
to
with it.
Like my consistency of 2 years of being in the gym, no days off, busting my ass, eating right,
Full workouts too. It ain't
and
just
it's no mediocre workouts.
no mediocre shit.
No, it's not no mediocre.
I'd be in
workout.
traction.
Mediocre would never be the thing to ever do for myself.
That's good. That's it right there.
You know what I mean?
That is the greatest
and
way.
it's really the transformation, and then you get the mental and the clarity and the benefits of what it is. Like,
Yeah.
I was a person that was wearing 5X and 52 pants. Now I'm
Google
36,
it.
38.
You don't believe it? Google
XL,
it.
large. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And physically fit, you heard?
Hey. Yes. Woo. All right, I'm stopped. I know that my day one is the one that motivated me, and she was doing it hard every day, and it just motivated me to get myself together. I still want to be a little thickums, but there's some things I could.
We all can make change.
That's right. And I want to, I don't want to be one of these people that are bent over on a whole bunch of medications, decrepit.
I turned all that around.
That's right. And you
I was
can.
borderline
You definitely
diabetes.
can too.
I burned all that.
You definitely can with a healthy lifestyle. I love y'all so much, both of y'all. I really want you
Love
to
you.
understand that
Same.
and know that. You got my support for life. Now that you have been here to the House of Hip Hop, you are welcomed in my house anytime.
Thank you.
I won't see you till next year, but whatever. But I hold DJs the closest to my heart. I love all of the elements and facets that is hip hop, but DJs, as everybody knows, is the closest thing to my heart. I have the utmost respect for you guys, And I'm so proud. I feel like a big mama. I'm so proud. Even though y'all got me by a few years. Anyway.
Wow.
I'm your girl, Spicy Sugar. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's been a long road to getting back to this, and I promise I am here. I am back. And actually, I'm not back because I never left. Just want y'all to know that. Make sure you follow your girl, Spicy Sugar. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, which I promise to get better at. We're also going to be broadcasting live on Kick. I'm going to be uploading to Mixcloud. I'm going to be doing a lot, so make sure you follow me wherever I may roam. IG is Spicy Sugar 718 if you want to understand all the shenanigans I do inside and outside of the House of Hip Hop podcast show. Definitely follow the House of Hip Hop podcast show. I have some great things planned. Follow the home team, S.STREET Media. Just make sure you stay tapped in. And I am going to allow Sir Chubby Chub to take us out in a moment with what he does best. Make sure you listen to S.STREET Media Radio for the full episode. We're going to be on YouTube, like I said, Mixcloud, and websites to come. Like I said, I'm here. I'm not back. I'm here. So I'll see y'all next time on the next episode of the House of Hip Hop podcast show. I already got some things cooking. Y'all always know I'm up to something. Make sure you tune in. I love you guys. Peace.